So this is a meeting about non-duality, and non-duality is a word I don't like. Because non-duality is a kind of abstract word, and there are so many different teachers and people around, and it's kind of booming word, and there's so many things around it, and it's kind of abstract word. And I notice that abstract words is not so much my thing of talking, because it's the most non-duality. In fact, it's the most simple and direct thing to talk about. But the strange thing is that it's really easy just living, but to talk about it, you only can talk around it. You can't name it, because living just you can't. It's not about knowing. It's just living and moving and so it's already. Oh God. I always have this is kind of strange thing that I'm trying to say something about this, and then suddenly it stops because I don't know how to say it, and then no words are coming anymore. So it's and sometimes it just does, but for me it's more easy that when there's questions and it's kind of coming, but just start talking. It's kind of because it's so simple, it's so direct, and it's so nothing special. And a lot of people think it's kind of special or a state, something like that. But it's not. It's every time it's different. So you can't name it, because when it's like this, then already it's different. So how could you tell it? Because it's all the time it's something different, and the difference is not. It's not a state. It's not only joy or something like that. It's everything, and it's everything already. So it's when there's separation, when there's a little child, and then suddenly the mind is the brains are sophisticated enough to abstract things, and then there's coming a separation, there's coming a consciousness, and looking at yourself, or looking, I'm here and there's the world, and immediately there starts something like there's something missing. It's not just one, there's two, and then when there's two, it's always feeling like something is missing, and something is not right in a way. And then also what also starts is there's a feeling like the world is not good enough, or I am not good enough. So everything, when there it's not good enough and there's something missing, the looking starts, looking for now the home, you could say home. But then when there's a me, and then the brain is also making something a kind of center. So there's a me, and it's so. Yeah, when the child is very small, there's not so much me, but every time there was saying, yeah, you are there and I am here, and we have to relate and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of embodied also. So the me is, it seems like it's a very solid thing, and you're individual with all your own free will and your choice and responsibility and ways of living and things like that. And then it's coming here, and then it's not about that anymore. It's not about that. That when there's the message of non-duality is that there's no me, and if there's no me, then there is no responsibility. There's no free will. There's no choice. So that's kind of already like, oh, what's happening here? Because everything is about choice and going away from the pain and looking for a good life, or luck, or how do you say luck? Lucky, or being lucky. And then it's not about. This is not about being better or being special, or it's so normal. It's not even noticed. It's not even noticed. And when there's no me, it's also a non-happening. That's also a really strange thing, because when you are in this kind of meetings and already you think, oh, there's a me and I want rid of that me because that's all that gives the trouble, and then you can hear that, but there never was a me. When here it you could say in the story there's time and there's places and you go from here to there, and so when I'm talking about what did happen, it seems like there was a moment that there was no me anymore. But fine, when I'm really talking about it, it's like when the me, no, it's not the me didn't come up anymore, the looking wasn't there anymore, so it was already there. The just what is was already there. So it was so obvious that there is never a me. It's not only here. It's nowhere. There is no me at all. And then it was also very obvious. It was already there. It's everything. So the looking, because when you look for something, you will never find it, because it's already this. So you're looking for something, a state, or maybe you have kind of ideas about what you're looking for, or maybe sometimes you don't even know, but there's something missing. So there's something there's kind of looking, and then when there's no me, it's suddenly so obvious and clear. This is already this, but it's always been like this. It's just a misunderstanding, but it's not a misunderstanding only in the mind or in the thoughts. It's just embodied. So it's so you can't say, oh, I understand, so I don't do that anymore. It's not like that. It's so embodied, so it's stronger than the looking or the search is stronger than anything. But it's already this. It's just the way you walk, the way you talk, the way anything. There's no difference from here. The only difference is maybe there's something like, oh, this is not it, or how can I find it, or that subtle thing. That's the difference. And for the rest, it's all the same, because there's already what's happening. It's just feelings or moving or sitting like this or characteristics or anything. And when there's a me, it seems like everything is very solid. So everything, you are here, I am here, I'm seeing you as a person, and I'm a person, so I'm seeing you as a person, and with a body and everything. So I have to relate. You think you have to relate. You have to go to work. You have to earn money, because everything is solid. So I'm here, and I have to eat. So I have to do something to get food, and when there's no me, it's suddenly clear. It's just happening. It's just. You don't have to do, there is no doing, it's just happening, and I don't know why, it's not with a reason, but it's happening, like going to the shop, or maybe not going to the shop, I don't know. So all meaning is disappearing, all importance is disappearing. It's just this, and it's just simple and direct this. And that's already a lot, I think. Yeah. Mm. And also what's going on is when there's no me, there's also no consciousness, of no awareness. How do you say it? I don't know. So it's what I used to have is also always watching at yourself and looking and being aware of what I was thinking, or thinking about what I was doing, and is this the right way, or should I eat this, or all those kind of things. And when there's no me, that disappears also. So it's there. Sometimes there can be thoughts about should I eat this, but then they disappear before there's going on something about it. So it's the most easy thing. And it's when there's a me, there's always kind of looking for the right way, or I'm doing it right, or do I eat about food. Everybody has his own things sometimes about food, or about money, about relationship. Anybody has something different, and it's just there are no relationships. It's just what's happening, and that's it. So easy. Mm.
There are no relationships because there are no me, so there are no me's relating.
Yeah. So there's when you think there's a me and there's another me, you think, you react in a certain way, and I think, that's hurting me, and why do you do that? And then you say, but that was my own, and I was like, no, and then already there's a kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And when there's no me, it's just when there's something, you say something, and there's a kind of feeling here. There's a kind of feeling here. So that's it. And maybe there's a reaction or not a reaction. I don't know. But it's completely different, because before I noticed it's already a lot forgotten, but when there's a relationship, there's always a kind of agenda beneath. Mm-hmm. And there's always trying to please, or everybody has this kind of way. Somebody is trying to please things, or other people are always angry, or everybody has his own agenda beneath everything. So it's going with it, and then the other person sense like, the way you do it, and then that's kind of giving a lot of trouble, because it's always surrounded by all kinds of survival systems. And when there's no me, it's just one thing. It's just one thing. It's just, I don't know what's going on.
So can you say like the fights, they are all around survival, because the me wants to survive against the other me, and then
I think a lot of things about need, I need, and then how do you say, taking care and need. A lot of relationships are into that, and then you expect somebody to take care, and then the other side is care, and then there are a lot of expectations, and they're not really clear, so it's about that.
And not met. So like when they're not met, it's all your agenda all the time, because somehow the me, even illusory, projects all these expectations.
Yeah.
But then there's no way around it. Let's say with this news of there is no me. It doesn't really help on any possible conflict you might have.
No,
it doesn't.
Because it's not wrong if then there are conflicts. It's not a better way of life, because that's what you're looking. You want other persons to help you, or to comfort you, or to support you, or to anything. And it's raw. Life is just raw, and then it's just happening in a way you can't understand and you can't change. And we want to change. We want it to be a good feeling. So when somebody is reacting on you and it doesn't give a good feeling, there's something wrong, and you have to talk about, or you have to do something. Or when somebody gives you a good feeling, you like that person, or things like that. It's always like about good feelings and cold bad feelings. And it doesn't, this is not trying to comfort anybody, it's not trying to anything. It's just what is. And then when there's a me, and then there's happening all that kind of stuff, then that's what is. It's not wrong. It's just a survival system going on, and that's it. So it's not, when there's no me, it's not better than there's a me. When there's a me, it's the same thing.
Really?
It seems like it's better because you think, oh, then I don't have so much fight anymore, or then I don't know what. But it's the same thing. Because it's when there's no me or when there's me, it's also what's happening.
But can you have the same amount as fight from before me and?
I don't know. It depends on the character. Depends on what's person before you. It can be a fight or not. I don't know.
I mean, the point is,
Mad.
even without me, that doesn't mean there's no fights.
No, that doesn't mean no. It can be, because then there's also kind of, when there's no me, there can be old structures in the body, and there can suddenly chuck, and it's mad. It is coming. Anger can come up, so it's anger, sadness, or anything.
And also, to be reactive is not a measure of there is a me, right? If you're just being reactive, because sometimes you hear this reaction versus response.
Yeah.
And reaction would be this more like instinctive, let's say, burst of anger that in traffic sometimes you just react.
Yeah.
Reaction is also what's happening.
Yeah, sure. But what also is, and that's make it maybe more difficult to hear, is everything is apparent. Because, and then when we have reactions and we have emotions and we see other persons, we see everything as real. So it's important how to react, or it's important what's happening. But it's apparent. Everything is apparent. So it is there and it's not. So that knocks everything down, because there's nothing happening. It seems so real and important that you have a good reaction, or is this then the right way? Of if there is no me, is that then better or not better? It's apparent, so it doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter at all. It's just what's happening, and if there's a fight with a survival mechanism, then that's what's happening. And that's happening apparently. So that's the thing. Always you think everything is real. There's a person and I have to relate, or I have to whatever, and then, but there isn't. It's just apparently happening. And you can't get your head around it. That's kind of, you can't understand. You never will. And then, so nothing is important. So everything what's happening, if there's a fight or there's anger going on, but that's what's happening. It's just energy in that form. So what? And we think we have to go to a better world or a nicer beings, but it will never happen. It will never happen. It's just the way it is already.
It will never happen, like improvement.
No, there's no improvement. It seems because you're so used to a story, and then in a story there seems to be improvement, because you think there's a past, and you think there's a now and a future. And then you see, oh, it's going better, or I'm less angry the last time, or something like that.
For example.
Yeah. And you always want to improve, because you think that's better.
Sometimes it feels better.
Yeah, okay, that's feeling better. But it's an endless game, because then it can feel better, but there's still always something missing. There's beneath that feeling better, there's always a kind of feeling something is missing, something is wrong, something good. And that can be temporarily, that gives a good feeling, and it's all right, and you think, oh no, but I don't care, it's all right, everything, and then suddenly it's the same game again. It's always, it's a kind of circle, and every time there's some moments are okay, and then you see I'm improving, and it's already, and then it's coming back again, but in a different form, in a different way, because it's always about good and bad. And it's not about good, there's nothing good and there's nothing bad, there's nothing wrong or bad. And that's the misunderstanding. It's a kind of dream that you have to improve. And this is saying it's already this. It's already the way this is happening. It's already the character is going angry or thing. That's it. It's already that. That it's amazing, because it's always like, oh, this is not it, and I have to do maybe more this, or maybe less this, or eat more this, or things like that. And this is saying, no, that's a misunderstanding. It's already this. It's already, everything is this. It's already this. So there's no need for change, because it's already complete. And the way it is, it can be like a feeling like this, or it can be quiet, or it changes all the time. But it will never be in a kind of perfect form what you have in mind, like always loving, or always, I don't know what you have, kind of always loving, or always not being a, sorry?
Untriggered.
Untriggered?
Like nothing triggers you.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's very seductive idea.
Yeah, sure.
So
it's
whenever you get triggered,
yeah,
and then you say that, yeah, okay, that's conditioning, and now I need to at least understand what the condition is about, so I can eventually release it.
Yeah, that's the dream. That's a dream.
But I can't help it. So.
No, it's not wrong, but it's a dream, and it's because it's so convincing that there's someone, and there's someone who has the ability to change things.
Yeah, and it feels sometimes when you do it and you go through like a cycle of cleansing.
Yeah.
It feels that something was changed.
Yeah, it's so convincing. Yeah, sure.
But I see, like, even though something was changed, they are happening in this illusory realm, because it appears to be changed.
Yeah.
And the
also.
feeling that it changed is also an appearance.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. It's kind of when everybody has his own way, but when there's about the thing about conditions and they should be solved, it's the same structure. When something is wrong and we have to make it right, we have to go through it or anything. So that's the same story, but it seems like very convincing, because then when you do it, it seems like, oh, that now I'm feeling better, I'm more released, I'm more relaxed, and things like that. But it's kind of dream, because then the next moment it's always temporarily, and then the next thing, because then after maybe some days there's coming up something else. So you start the same thing again. Yeah. And sometimes it goes right, but sometimes it doesn't. It just stays, or it gets worse. So you think, oh, what did I do wrong? Maybe I can, and it's the same. Oh, and then it's just this, and then it changes to something here, and then it changes, and it seems like improvement, but because it's so convincing. And it's not about improve. It's just everything is changing. It can be a more relaxed feeling, and then it's more tension, and then it's, I don't know. But when you're into that survival system, or in that kind of thinking, when you're in that, you see it like that. So it.
Like what?
when you think, when I'm going through that, when there's a condition and when I feel the feeling there's inside, and it's going opening up and things like that. Because that what do you say, conviction, or that conviction, when that's there, you see everything what's happening in that kind of way. So it confirms itself.
It does.
Yeah. And it gives meaning to something, because the raw feeling of the it feels bad, and here it's said it's not bad. It's just what's happening. It's not wrong. It's just what's happening. It doesn't need to change. And then the same thing is also you can't change, because it's maybe change is happening or maybe not. It's not you that's doing it. It's just happening.
Sometimes it happens anyway.
It's always like that. It's not. It's so convincing that you do it, because when you think about things and then it's happening, you think, "Oh, I did that." But that's the dream. We are so convinced that we are able to change or able to do things, but the doing is happening, and on top of it, it's the me and thinking, oh, I'm doing it. But it's already happening.
So what does that mean? Mean that I believe in the illusionary me?
Yeah, sure.
That's what it means?
Yeah.
I'm deluded, thinking that I'm doing this.
Yeah, it's very convincing. The whole world is thinking like, I'm here and I'm doing this, and when I'm thinking that that's going to happen, and if it's not going to happen, I was not doing it enough, so I want to try harder.
Yeah,
something like that. That's also it's always like that. It's kind of, it's so hypnotic. It's so convincing, and it's already like scientists see that it's just happening, and then after that I'm doing like this, the brain is already doing it, and then the me is coming up on top of it after some milliseconds. So it's after. It's not that the me does the movement. It's going afterwards. So it's the me is a kind of thing on top of everything, and it's useless. It has nothing. It has how do you say? It's kind of thing on top of just what's happening, and it seems really important. It seems everything, because that's how I do my life and things. And it has no meaning. It has no influence. Nothing. It's just a useless piece of something, and it's just there. But what's happening is already happening. So that's what is said. It's already there, and then the me is on top of it and thinking I'm doing it, but it's not like that.
Like a double layer.
Yeah,
And the me is trying to all.
Yeah, and then but it's so invested in, and it's so feeling like that's my life. And when I was in meetings like that and before, I was really invested in also kind of relationship and feelings and feeling things and naming it and going through it and all that kind of thing. And then suddenly there was oh my God, if that's the whole thing, and it's all my life. That's my life. It's everything busy with trying to get better and trying to feel it, or trying to get in a relationship, say the right word, or more outgoing, or more laid back, or that's my life. And if but it's it's a huge investment in that. That's what I was always busy with that, and now it's just it's nothing. It has no use at all. It's not. It seems very important, and everything is just going.
And you could never say that, let's say, your realization of no me, right? I'm just going to call it this way. You cannot say that it happened because you've gone through all of that phase of feeling. It could have randomly happened before.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with that. No.
There's no relationship with that.
No.
Put the timeline.
It's just an energetic thing, and that happens on, I don't know, at random.
Well, why at least seems like people that come to those meetings, usually they go through this phase of investigating a lot and going through feelings and this self-improvement thing, right? And at least I've heard many cases, and then after like a while, everything falls apart. But it seems to build up to a moment. But that's not. No,
but that has nothing then. It has nothing to do with this. No. Because it's also it's not. It's not happening. There's nothing happening. That's a weird thing to say, because everything is apparent. So it's just going, and it's kind of random going, and it has nothing to do with the me, with all the survivals. It's just the only thing there is just what's happening. That's it.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah, because then you do it because with a reason to build up or to break down or something like that. But it's already there. It's already what it is. You don't need to improve or to break down, or you don't need to, because this is it. It's already this. It's already the way you sit, to move, it's already that. That's complete.
Can't get it.
So you can't
You never will.
this.
Sorry?
You can't improve this.
You can't. You don't need to improve, because it's already this. It's kind of, you think, when there's tension, oh God, there's still tension. I have to do something about it. When there's tension, the tension is it.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. You hear a lot of time, this is what's happening, this is it. When there's tension, it's a kind of, that's it. And then there's something else, I don't know. It's, and we always think something is not a good feeling, and then this is a good feeling and this is a bad feeling, or it's not there's nothing good or bad. That's in all. When there's a meet, it's always like, this is good and this is bad. This is nice feeling, this is good, and this is a bad feeling, like this or something. So that had to change, and I want to go to that feeling of freedom, or I don't know what, relaxation.
The contraction.
Yeah.
Is easier to elude you to.
Yeah.
Because it feels that you have diminished somehow.
Yeah, but because you always think in the story, you see the story and you see, when is this, and then your brain is very good in abstract thinking and in giving meaning. So when you feel like this, and then it goes like, oh God, there it is again. And what did I do yesterday? Oh, it was my mother. Oh God, yeah, the way she talked. Yeah, and I still react on that. Oh, what can I do about it? It's endless about this. Yeah, it's how it is. And that's not wrong. It's just that then that kind of, it's thoughts coming, and that's also life. It's just what it is. It's not wrong. It's that then it's going like this, then it's like that. That's also what's happening.
So can you say the only apparent problem is the individual seeing things as wrong?
No, it's not a problem. It seems like a problem. There is no problem. Mm-hmm. Because this is already it. Mm-hmm. There is no problem. This is it.
Only in the mind.
Thinking, no, no. It's what then when they're thinking and I don't get it, then that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's the thinking. What's happening? Oh, okay.
So because you are, let's say, speaking, you're not assuming we don't know this, because let's say in this case we are listening and you're talking.
Yeah.
So, but you don't assume we don't know.
Of course not.
No me.
No, because I don't see you as a person. It's not. There's not a person. It's just a reaction, and that's what is. I don't need to convince you from something or to. That's what you always do. That you're trying to convince people or to kind to heal people or to make it clear. There's no one, so it's just. This is just talking, and then I don't know. There's nobody trying to convince you or trying to make something clear. It's just, this is just coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's the same there. It's just coming from nowhere. It's just talking and saying things, and that's it. And with a lot of talking and talking. That's it. That's what's happening. And it's happening apparently because it's happening and it's not in the same time. So we're so used to meaning, to give meaning to everything what's happening. But when you think on a tree, and the tree is like growing and it's growing like that, and the tree is thinking, oh God, I'm growing so like this. Oh my God, what should I do? And you laugh because you think, oh my God, a tree, it's just happening like that. And we are thinking we are able to change things and to do something about it. It's just happening. And it's happening just the way, just because trying to change it, it's sometimes it seems like, oh, I'm trying to change it, and oh, it's going well, so I'm on the right way, and then trying to change it and it doesn't work because it's not going like that, and you think, oh, what did I do wrong? So it's always like you are the center, and then you're trying to move everything in the way you think it has to go, but life is just like like this. And then we are on top of it and think, oh, no, but life is just going like this. And then we are on top, oh, this is not wrong. Oh, this is going like this. Oh, I have to do it. Oh, this is wrong. And it's so much energy in something you can't control. There is no control. And it seems like it because you're so used to think that you have control, because it gives a safe feeling. But there's never been control. There's no control. It's just life. It's just happening in a weird way. But because there seems to be meaning, then, and it's you think I'm important because I'm the center of what's happening. So you are important, and then, oh, this is happening to me, and this gives a bad feeling, so I want to change it. And so when there's no me, it's just happening. It's just happening. But it's already everywhere. There's no me there or there or there. It's just happening. It's very easy. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing good. There's nothing a good feeling. It's just a kind of feeling. It can be, It's not even a bad feeling or a good feeling, or it's just feeling of a feeling. I don't know. But there's kind of day that you can like this, so then it's a day when you walk like this, and then suddenly it changes. Then it changes.
But there is what we hear as the collapse of the me, right?
Yeah.
That's something that apparently happens.
Yeah. But it's not happening. That's the strange thing, because we are so used to see that the things are happening, but when it's kind of, it's not a collapse of the me, it's the looking or that doesn't come up anymore, something like that, and then it's seen there was no me, but it's not that moment there is no me. There was never a me. It's only what's happening, and that was already the case. So there's nothing happening. There's no awakening or how do you say, realization or things like that. Liberation. No.
There's no liberation.
No. Of course, there's only what's happening.
But in a sense, Tony speaks about the liberation too, right?
Yeah, because you speak in the story. It's kind of in two worlds. You speak in two worlds. In one world, you can't. In one way, you can't name it. It's kind of, this is it, and this is everything. And you can say, when somebody say, no, there's no me. It's just, that's the dream. And there's also the story. And sometimes you talk in the story to make things maybe clear, but it can be clear, but doesn't matter if it's clear. But sometimes you speak like there's liberation, and that's, yeah, it's a kind of a story, but it's not important.
It's clear.
Sorry?
It doesn't matter if it's clear.
No, it doesn't matter.
Why?
It's not about clear. It's not about knowing, and it's clear. It can be a nice feeling that everything is clear, because we're so used to if everything is clear, then that gives a good feeling of. But it's not about knowing. It's just life. It doesn't need to be clear. It's just life. It's this. Why? I don't know why. It's just this movement. Mm-hmm. How can that be clear or make it clear? It's just, this is everything. It's so simple, and we're not used to that simplicity, because it's just sitting. That's it. And he said, yeah, sitting. No. I know, sitting all day. No, of course not. It's just sitting, and then there's moving, and it's so simple and small.
It is unacceptable for the mind. I can sense it's unacceptable.
Okay.
And this seems, I just sense it, like it cannot be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then that's what's happening. It's disappointing. Then there's disappointment, and then when there's disappointment, that's it.
That's it.
Then that's a kind of feeling of disappointment. There can be disappointment. That's it. That's it already. And that's the way, and the way the disappointment comes in the body, or it's exactly that. That's it. So it's already complete.
It's too simple for the mind.
Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah, and it's not about understanding also. Mm-hmm. So that's mind-blowing, because in everything it's about understanding or getting things clear. Yeah. That's better, and controlling. That's kind of that's control. Yeah. And this is not about control, or it's just simple life, and life is just simple things. It's just a feeling in your leg or something like that. That's everything. It's just simple. Or going to a shop, or watching television, or whatever. That's already happening, apparently. And it's also apparently that's even more like because it seems like everything is solid and there, and that has some kind of importance. But it's there and it's not there. In the same time, it's energy. It's not solid. It's kind of God, that's incomprehensible.
Always moving.
Yeah.
It's all, yeah, everything is just moving and doesn't matter. And it has no meaning at all. Nothing has meaning. But it seems like when there's a me, everything has a meaning, or it's so normal to have meaning.
Does it feel? Does it have a feeling at all? No, like
A feeling.
love or gentle or sweetness or.
No, it's not
No.
a feeling. It's not a feeling. And in this, it's not a feeling, and subtly there's joy, but it's not here. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's always there, kind of joy or something joy. Yeah. But it's not my joy or in this body. It's just everything is a kind of aliveness. Is maybe joy, aliveness, something like that. Like little children, you can see it. Little children, they just do, and it's kind of very much alive and something in anger or in anything, and that's it. That's the same thing.
Not contained.
Not contained. I don't know what you mean by that.
Not restricted or not.
Yeah.
Just free.
Yeah, but it's always free. Everything is also when there's kind of this, then that's what's happening. So it's not about freedom. It's not about freedom. That's always it's so attractive to talk about because sometimes you can feel very free and there's nothing restricted and you feel very relaxed, and that's a nice feeling. Yeah, it's all right, but then it changes in somebody or something else.
Yeah,
it's
but
not.
It can change because it's free. It's free to be whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything. It's
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's also hate and rape and anything.
Yeah.
It's just what happening. You see, it's just what it's
the
happening.
world, it's life,
yeah. And nothing is bad. So that's also God. We're so used to this is not good and this is good, and it's not about good and bad.
Yeah.
It's about what is.
So technically, let's say if you, purposely do something, I don't know, slap someone in the face, or I don't know, or hurt someone, or if you, that action takes a lot of stuff out of balance. Let's say if I kill someone, like I might feel, just thinking about it, I can feel the horrible feelings these mechanisms would feel afterwards or something. So in the story it seems very bad because you would provoke a lot of unbalance in your life, in the other person's life, and in the environment.
That's the story, yeah.
That's the story, but yes, so even though in the story that action seems to be very bad because it creates a lot of unbalance, at the same time that would be just what would be happening.
In the story there's always a good and bad, and time and anything. That's in the story of me doing things or doing things wrong or thing. And what this is saying is there's just what's happening.
So that would be only bad in the story.
Sorry,
That action, let's say some like a murder on the street, that would be only bad in the story.
Yeah.
Because that's how we understand things, and we judge murder to not be.
Yeah, we adjust that what is happening. It's just when they're slapping in the face, they're slapping in the face. And there's pain, maybe, or a reaction. I don't know. It can be. But there's no one. So that takes it all away, because you assume that here's someone and there's someone, and I'm doing to you something bad, because then you feel there's no one, so it's just happening. And it can be a feeling like pain, or of course there can be pain. There is, so that's what's happening.
But at the same time, you wouldn't do it out of nowhere. Just, I mean, I know this is just because there is no one and everything seems to be allowed.
When there's no one, but I can't say when there's no one, things, it's not that, because then if you say there's everything is allowed, then there seems to be a choice. So there have to be someone to do that choice. But when there's no one, it's just what's happening. Maybe they're slapping in the face, or there's not. I don't know what's happening. And I don't know when it's just, now it's like this, but maybe next moment I come to you. I don't know. No. You never know. Everything can happen.
But you wouldn't think about, murdering someone.
I don't know. No. But it's when it's happening, it's happening. I can't. But it's not. It's not about responsibility, or it's. It seems when there's a me, you always look like doing the right thing, and I'm to have control about what you are doing. There is no control, so things are happening apparently, and because it's also apparently nothing is happening. So what? It's just there and not there. So it's just entity going on, and it's because when there's a me, everything is real. So it's a real person. You can hurt that real person, and maybe he's coming back, and I'm wow. When there's no me, it's there is no world. It's just energy. It's just light in a certain form, and it's just moving. But everything seems so real, and then even if there's a person and me as a person, and we have to relate in a certain way, or taking care, or I don't know, and it's a wild thing. Life is wild. It's a wild thing. Look around. It's just wild. With no reason, but we make the reason with it, but it's no reason. You can't understand.
So the understanding is part of the dream. There's no such thing.
Yeah, because knowledge it's about control.
Mm-hmm.
When you can understand, then there is control. So it's very important in the dream of me that there's understanding and clarity, because then it feels like a kind of control, or safe, or things like that. Yeah. So, and this is not about understanding, so it's threatening, because then you can't grab it. You can't understand. You think, what is this? And somewhere there's something so free, and so it's unconditional love. It's there's no good or bad. It's unconditional. It's everything. So there's nothing wrong. It's unconditional. Wow. It's amazing. It's kind of, wow, it's the most loving message of everything. And in the same time, it's the most threatening message also. Because it's about nothing. It's about all the structures. It's not about all those understanding and structures at all. So you can't do it. It's kind of out of hand. It's you're nothing. You have nothing. God. Well, that's so free and so. And it's most of the time it's kind of longing for this, and in the same time it's kind of, oh no, I don't want it. It's both most of the time. And sometimes it's the longest or stronger, and then oh my God, it's kind of threatening. It's death. It's death. It feels like, because the structure of the me and all the thing, it's your life. It feels like everything you did and everything what's important is threatened.
Your life's work.
Sorry, your life work. Yeah, your life work. Because every moment is about that. And this is woof. It's not important at all. Mm.
Feels like there's no escaping this either. There's no avoiding it, because
How do you say there's no escape?
there's no escaping this, or there's no avoiding it.
When there's no me, there's no escape. It's just everything.
Mhm.
So there's the me is kind of
Me is the
trying.
escape.
Yeah, and it's always escaping, trying to get it better or going away from it or things like that. And this is full on everything. So if it's pain, then it's pain or joy or anything.
Mm.
But it's also just sitting and
Mhm.
that's it.
But you're no longer able to tamper it or remove yourself from it or avoid
No.
or
No.
because
No.
you're totally
Yeah,
gone.
it's just full on, and then
Yeah.
and sometimes it's small things, and most of the time it's just easy going, and sometimes there's kind of tension or anger. I don't know. It depends on the character also, I think, what's happening. But nothing is important anymore. It's kind of wow.
No
And
meaning.
Nothing has meaning, and then, but it doesn't mean that it's kind of flat, because that's normally what you think. Then when there's no meaning and nothing is important, it's kind of everything is but it's just what it is. This when it's.
But it's juicy.
Yeah, it's juicy, but it's it can be also very. It's kind of watching television in like this. It's that you wouldn't say it's juicy. It's just what it is.
Yeah, but it's juicy because it's not interpreted as something else. It is what it is, and it's.
Yeah, but it makes it. When you say like that, it's even still complicated, but because it's when it's watching television, it's just sitting there and looking in the mirror and think, "Oh, what a pale face," and that's it.
Saliva dripping.
Sorry?
You're watching TV with saliva.
Yeah. Yeah, eating chocolate like this, something like it doesn't. It's And normally, what you think is, oh God, is it good? I already looked for 4 hours, so maybe I have to stop, and then it's not good, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Sometimes it's suddenly stops. That's enough, and then it's so easy. But we're so used to think about what is going on.
We're so busy.
Yeah. And you think that's the way you control life or you do things, and it's not. It's just nothing. It's just thoughts. That's everything. And you give all the thoughts. You give some meaning and importance. It's just thoughts. That's it. It's not wrong. All those people were like thoughts. You have to control your thoughts. It's more to be quiet and. My God, it's just thoughts. It doesn't matter. It's just there.
Rose, you know this guy, Bettina Massaro?
No.
I don't know if anyone here knows, but
yeah.
I
do. I mean, I do it from. I know from the YouTube channels and stuff.
Well, he's young and he also does meetings. I don't think he's as radical as this, but not only him, but people. I've took this course with him, which is like a 1-year program online, and everything was designed to regarding it gets like self-improvement or leadership or the Shepherd's program, the way he mentions. He has this whole idea of civilization awakened by 2035. So there's like a strong.
Oh, that's going to that point.
To that point,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but he also says sometimes, ultimately, there's no one. The absolute. I think he points to the absolute as this. So ultimately, there's no one and. There's no civilization. At the same time, appears to be his thing to have this sort of goal. Anyway, not only on his environments, but there's this idea of true alignment.
True alignment.
Alignment. So you'll be aligned to, let's say, how can I say that? Like, there's like this notion of higher self, which maybe would be. This is sounding very complicated.
You already lost me.
Yeah, even I am getting bored, but sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I just want to. There's this idea of true alignment. So when you are more aligned.
Oh.
Let's say with this, or with the self, or with
higher self, yeah. Okay.
You are connected to the truer you.
Oh my God!
So, yeah.
It's amazing because it's the more complicated it is, the more the mind loves it, because then it's kind of way you can because there's somewhere you feel it's not yet right, and then it's really you like it, because then you can improve and go to somewhere, because you think, oh, it's about, then it's there, it is, and I can do something. It's an hypnotic dream.
2035.
Yeah, you go to somewhere. There is no future. There's no past. There's no future. There's no now. It's just this. It's just what's happening. That's it. It's the most simple thing, and the mind loves complication and trying to get somewhere and trying to understand. I don't understand it yet, but I will read some more, and then maybe I understand. Oh my God, it's amazing. God, and it's so simple, because it's already what's happening. It's already this. It's complete like this. It's complete when it's not about alignment or things like that. It's so abstract.
Yeah, because who would align, right?
Yeah, also, but it's a kind of abstract thinking and making something of it and thinking a line. And because we are used to abstract thinking, then you go on to it. When you tell a child like this, and it just go away. It's just like, oh, God, what is this? That's the same thing. It's just childlikeness. It's just living, and that's it. It's so normal. It's so normal. It had nothing to do with complication or thinking or alignment or connecting. There's no connecting. It's this already. It's never lost. It seems like there's something lost. But it's not. It's a misunderstanding, and then it's just this. It's just walking, but it's so simple and so nothing.
It's not about a sense of oneness or a sense
no.
unconditional love.
No, it's not a sense.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
You can't name it because that's the difficulty. You can't name it. You can't give it a name because it's too simple. A name because a name gives it already a kind of solidness or state, and then it's already different. Then it's everything. So it can be anything, any movement, any shape, any whatever, and it's already this. It's already. The way it's moving, it's already. No, then this character is looking like this, and that is like this, and that's the diversity. That's it. Nothing needs to change. Wow, that's wow.
Yeah.
And by character, you mean personality or like movie character?
No, you're just the character. Some people are more fiery, or some more quiet, or I don't know, personality maybe. Yeah. And it can also when there's here in the body there's some tension, and then when you talk about the story, there's tension, and it's not. I always thought, oh, it's not coming out yet as it could be. So I have to still do something, and then it's more rozemarijn. It's more that, weet je? It's more rose, and then. But this is already rose. It's just with all those things, and it's already this. When I look at your picture, I think, oh, maybe I'll do something with my this or. Because there's always something. That's a deep down something. There's something wrong, and it's in everything. It's kind of. It's so strong. Sorry?
Dissatisfaction.
Yeah, dissatisfaction. Yeah, and it's in everything, and it's so in all the cells, or it's. So it's so strong, and then when you hear this, and you think, oh, yeah, it's nice, but. It's kind of. It can't be that simple.
So say sometimes it arises the thought of this, it could be coming out more this or that. So
yeah,
it arises sometimes for you.
No, not anymore. No.
Not anymore.
Sometimes it can be. I don't know. When there's pain, there's sometimes frustration that it's like that, and then it's already gone already. Also, everything can happen. It's not in a I always thought it's in a kind of it would be a kind of state, but it isn't. Yeah.
It's not human.
It's
not human.
Not human. I don't understand that.
It's just, I don't know. It's not particular to. It's not owned by human.
So
it's not human.
No. It's just one.
Before that.
Yeah. You think it's...
We think it has to behave in human terms. Or
Yeah.
has rules, or there's no rules.
Yeah, that's just... Everything is just happening in animals, and it's everywhere. So that's the same. It's the same thing. And the only thing that people have is more the ability to abstract things. But that's...
creates a lot of problems.
Yeah.
It's fun though too, the whole human drama.
Yeah, it's also fun. It's that's it's just like a movie. It's also very tiring when it's very serious. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
So is this message, this message began with Tony? Because before him, I don't seem to have seen anyone talking on those terms.
Yeah, but maybe not everybody's talking that more. I think there always been like that some messages, but maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Some of the ancient Zen masters.
Yeah, so but it's also nobody wants to hear it, so it's very little small groups, or it's not. And it's not always. It's now more in the outside because also it's YouTube and anything. So it's.
But we're thinking like Zen masters could be, even those Zen masters. I don't think comes as radical, but sometimes.
Yeah, but maybe there are. I'm not so into that, but I heard some early story. Yeah. There can be also
Dzogchen.
Maybe, I'm not so good in
Buddhism.
Some in the beginning. Most of the time, it's in the beginning, and then disciples are onto it, and then it's made into something else. Hi, hello.
Sorry.
Oh, good.
I just had this impression that since Tony, there seemed to be more of this kind of messaging.
Yeah, and this time, maybe this is a time then there's a lot of more opening. I don't know, maybe.
When he started talking,
When?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm 30, 40 years ago. I'm not sure. 30 years ago. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. It's on video. Whoa. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's already a long time. Yeah.
Have you been with him since the beginning?
No, it's maybe 20 years or something like that. He was talking before that.
He probably was talking mainly in Europe by then. When
Yeah.
you met him.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the recordings, they don't go that far, I think.
We had tapes.
The tape.
Yeah,
VHS.
so we had little tapes on the tape recorder. Yeah, I think they don't work anymore. So I had a lot of tapes of Tony. Huh?
Audio tapes?
Audio tapes.
Audio
Yeah.
tapes.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
When did you hear him for the first time? Just out of
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago, something like that.
2000. Okay.
I'm not so good in years, yeah. I think the second time that he came to Holland, because first he was in England, and then I think he came for the second time in Holland, and then somebody told me.
In Amsterdam?
In Amsterdam, yeah. because I didn't like so much when I had to do something. I couldn't. It was kind of, I don't know. I didn't like all those what you need to do or not to do, or so it was more the therapy thing I did. That was my world. Growing, personal growing, and that kind of stuff I did.
You used to be a therapist?
I was a therapist, yeah.
Like counseling and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, aura reading, something like that.
What?
Aura reading. I had big groups, and I used to. I was very good in when somebody asked something. I just knew, and that fell away.
Like empathy, like you knew what the person was feeling.
Yeah, I was feeling, and the whole structure of a person. I could see it. Yeah.
And that gone.
Yeah, that's fell away. So all my life fell away, all my work. Yeah. It was falling away it was in a meeting. I had big meetings with people, and then it was about education also. And people starting questions. I was sitting in big groups, and then people ask. It was a bit the same as this, but and people asking questions. And then when people ask questions, I tuned in, or in a way I don't know how to do. I don't remember how I did it. And then I immediately knew the answer and what he should do and what's happening there. And so I was very popular in there. Because it's very nice when people say like, "Oh, this is it," and and about they had some troubles with children, and I knew how to what was the reason why there was trouble with their children. And I was in a meeting, and somebody was asking a question, and I wanted to do my thing, and it just didn't happen anymore. So it was just nothing came.
What did you do?
I know it was in afterwards. It was really nice because then I only could listen to people and ask questions, and just it became more a conversation. Because I couldn't do the thing, but then after I didn't do any meetings anymore because it didn't happen. Yeah.
That was what the kind of music was. What was the name of that type of work?
It was about I did write some books also about that, so I had a big thing, and then it was about parenting. About children. I had myself children, and I thought, it's not about the children having problem. It's about the parents' behavior. So that's where the books also. And so I focused on the parents. That was new in that time, and then it was already 95 or something like that. So that was very new and booming in a way. And it's not really booming. Like maybe now it's even more because I see people writing the same books, and it's amazing. I like that. It's the same thing, but I couldn't do it anymore. So then there was nothing. I didn't know what to do there next.
So you stayed, let's say, not doing anything in particular for a little time.
Yeah, I fell in a kind of desert, and I couldn't do anything. I was sitting 1 year just on the couch reading thrillers. That's the only thing I could do. Oh God, no money at all. So I had 2 children. So big story. Yeah.
Do you talk to your children about this?
No. Yeah, my youngest son maybe a little bit. He was also with Tony at one time, and he just he feels something like, but he would, not really, no. No. I never talk about it, and only in meetings, I think, for the rest. When people...
Smarter.
Huh? Smart. But it doesn't happen. When I'm with friends or with... it's just talking about anything, it doesn't matter. I'm not a teacher that wants to spread the message, so it's not like that. And it doesn't matter. Huh?
Friends, when you say friends, they are connected to this
no
too, or no, just life friends?
No, not at all. No.
So funny, the mind had so many ideas. I just noticed myself trying to get signs of this or that, or in terms
of sure, yeah. It's so normal. I always thought when this is happening, everybody will see it or something like that.
Feel it.
Yeah, or feel it, or there's a kind of energy when you come into the room, and there's a kind of energy coming. Oh God, nothing of that. No. That's disappointing. In a way, it's very disappointing because it's so normal. It's not special at all. Yeah.
So everything changed, but nothing changed.
Yeah, in nothing changed because the life and the room where you live and everything is going on. And what is the change is the thinking about how can I do it, and what the strange thing is you forget that it was there, and then just living and no thoughts about things. And then when I talk to friends and they're very busy about good and shall I do this or this is important, and I think, oh yeah, then you see the different, and then I remember, oh yeah, there's a change. But normally it doesn't feel like change. That's because it's so you get used to it, and then it's but it's the same as everywhere. When there's something really going on a long time, and then suddenly it falls away, you don't remember and you forget about it, and it's just going on. And then when somebody talks about it, you think, oh yeah, I had it too, but it's gone. So yeah, that's the same thing. You get used to it. It's so normal. Yeah, and it's talking about anything. It's also what is different. Also, it's kind of nothing matters. So when there's the body is more relaxed. So I was very restricted in what should I do, or what I had to be very quiet and behave, and I'm come from a kind of rather rich family with behaving and like this. So I was really like this, and then, but this character is kind of fiery, doing things and not behaving or so, and that's coming back. So it's. I always thought I was ashamed for that, and now it's just coming out, and there's nothing going on about it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. Yeah, it's more laughing about what is happening, because I'm not very how do you say, organized. And I was like, oh, I have to be more organized because that's better than that kind of thing. But I can't. It doesn't happen. I can do my best, but it will never happen. It's just the characters, that's it. And now I think it's more even worse. So yeah, that's it. But I don't care. It's just like that. Yeah.
no interpretation.
No, that's not, and that it's, but it, the strange thing is, it's not that I do that, it's just not coming up. So that's the easy part, because it's just not coming up, so it's just going. It's very easy. Very normal also. Nobody in normal, it's just in life or in what you're doing or with friends. I say anything. I'm doing politic discussions. I know nothing about politics, and I just say something. I don't care. I love it. Just to say anything. Yeah, doesn't matter. Before, like, they said, but you say that, and then all the time you say something else, and I was, oh God, yeah, that's true. What is my feeling? Oh my God. Oh God.
What is the consistency?
Yeah, the consistency. And what's your opinion? Because you're saying what he is saying, and I was like, oh, what do I want? Or all this kind of question, what do I want? God, it's the most difficult question. I didn't know, so I had to do something to know what I want, what I like. You have to do what you like in your life. Oh God, that's also an awful one.
Find your purpose.
Find your purpose and do only the nice things in life. If you do things you don't like, you have to change that. And oh my God, it's wow.
Find your passion.
Yeah, find your passion. Oh God. And what is it what you like? And don't do what you don't like. Oh my God. And sometimes I do things and it's like, but then it's like this. Yeah. Okay, that's happening.
I mean, this breaks everything.
Yeah.
I've had yesterday when we were going to the bank, and I was I'm filling out this application, and it's going so slowly. I just can't do it, and it's just so slow. And when we were going to the bank, I had something like that. It just all of a sudden a fight about it. Just
yeah.
Like, well, it's being filled out as it's being filled out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's a thick thing, and it's just like that's how fast. And then there wasn't any. We just all of a sudden it dropped.
Sorry, the
fight about I should have done it faster and you should. It
dropped. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was like what you were talking about.
Yeah. It just vanished.
You should be some other way.
Yeah.
Other than the way you are.
Yeah. And then the way it goes, in my way, in what I think it's the best. Yeah.
You should do it faster, but you can't make yourself do something faster.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's always something, there's not something right, and that's so strong. And then it's when somebody says, yeah, but you should better do that and that and that, it's kind of so normal, because there's somewhere underneath, there's a thinking, oh yeah, maybe that's not right, or this is also, so it's so strong.
It's connected to shame, isn't it? because there's something wrong with me, and if I do it right, then I'll be right. I can set myself right.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever that thing is, I'm gonna set it right.
Sure. It's so important. Yeah, there's huge energy in that to make it right. God, yeah.
It's right for who?
Yeah. Yeah, but you think when you're thinking it's your life and your way, it has to be in your opinion the best way. So yeah, but that
shame implies needing someone else's approval or appreciation
sure, yeah,
acknowledgement.
Yeah, sure. And then when you get it, it's one moment okay, and then it starts again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But shame can happen. No, not anymore so much shame, I think. But when they're shamed, it's just shame and red hair, red head.
Well, it's more like embarrassment, isn't it?
So, it's embarrassment.
Shame is like,
more.
There's something wrong.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
I did something wrong.
Something
but
like
I think
that.
I think inherently with me, there's a huge sense of shame. What's wrong with me? Why don't I get this?
Yeah.
It's related to feeling guilty.
Yeah,
no,
also.
Shame.
Yeah, shame is maybe something else, but guilt is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
What do you want in life? Like
questions,
right?
Oh, that's great.
I don't know it.
Yeah.
Maybe you already has it, and then just you don't know it.
No, you don't know. But it's the question what you want in life and what is your purpose, what he said, and it's awful because then it's like somewhere else and it's already this. But when it's already this, you think you don't feel fulfilled in some way or home or things. So you say no, this is not enough. So it has to be something more or something better or more money or everything has something else. And from your own when you see somebody else, you say, what you do, it's necessary. But when somebody else looks at you, I think it has the same thing. But for you, it's kind of normal. So you don't see it. See, everybody has different purposes. Like one thinks it's in personal things or in money or in, I don't know, health, something like that.
It's exhausting.
But it's so funny that when it's this and when there's nothing else, there's nothing to change it, the fulfillment is in this. But there's always trying to change it, so you're in front of it, so something like that. So it's it's looking there and it's already here, but you can't.
But there's no one being fulfilled at the same time.
No, it's like also
no real fulfillment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe that.
Yeah.
It's like the fulfillment is there, but there's no one feeling fulfilled.
Yeah, and then it's not even fulfillment, but it's not feeling fulfillment. It's not like that. But there's no missing anymore. It's more like saying something like that. You can't say it's fulfillment. It's not feeling like that. It's kind of, you can say maybe there's not missing something or not. It's you can't name it. It's so strange. Yeah. You don't need to name it because it's just moving and just sitting on the chair. That's it. That's a bit strange.
Enough, right?
That's enough. Yeah. everything, and it's everything. It's there's not something better than something else. Before I was always like, when I was somewhere in a group, hi, you're coming too, nice. I was sitting somewhere and I was looking and I was, oh, maybe that group is better. I'm sitting in the wrong place, or something like that. It's always like that. Yeah.
I'm missing the best.
Yeah, I'm missing it. Yeah. Oh, that was so strong. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
There's a chair here.
It's going. It's okay.
Being a me is like walking, trying to walk beyond the horizon.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah. And it's exhausting because it's so much energy you put into something, and it doesn't work for some time, and then it's going on again. Yeah. Amazing. What I did already, it's kind of the money I spent and what I already did for years in anything. God. But yeah, that's how it was.
In a way, you couldn't have done it in any other way.
No, of course not. No, that was it. And it didn't happen also. That's the awful part. It didn't happen. It's oh my God, it's not happening, and this is everything, and there is no past. There is no past. There's a remembering, but it's already different from what was happening. So it's only this or a remembering, or of course there's an imagination, and that's it. There's no past. Yeah. There's nothing happening. It's just this, and it's apparently because it's there and it's not there in the same time. It's not solid. So nothing's going on. Nothing is important. So
it's kind of like
God.
Life being, you're watching a movie without the audio track of your mind.
Oh, very good.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not watching. It's more
experience.
Doing it's the movie itself. Yeah.
You're in the movie.
Yeah, it's the movie. It's just the movie going on, and it's amazing because in a movie, it's also nice because when you see a movie, it's just images and then another scene, and there's no connection at all. But in the mind, you make it up. And you make the connection, and you think, oh, that is why it's happening, and all the stuff around it. And that's why we can look a movie, because if you don't have that, it's kind of, what is this? Yeah. A movie. So we're so used to abstracting things. It's so normal.
And filling in the gaps.
Yeah, it's filling all the gaps. Interpreting, and it seems that's normal, and it's just this, and there's no connection with something else, with this. So it's just this only. That's the only thing there is, and there's no It's not connection or happening after each other. This is happening, and then afterwards this is happening. There's no afterwards. There's only this. This is everything. And we think in time. We is so used to think in time, and before and after, and improving and cause and effect. It's so that's the whole story. There's no cause and effect. It's just this. That's everything. It's the most simple thing. It's just those legs like this, and that's it. That's it. It's so simple, and then you think, you can't live like that. Yes, it's living like that. It's already happening, but there's on top of it, it's a whole structure of da. That's it. And that's also what's happening. It's the same thing. It's no difference. Also, it's not that this is more alive than that or that. No, of course not. There's also a kind of thing that when somebody is in front of the meeting, that it's better or it's more alive or more. It's the same thing.
Well,
There's no difference.
It's not the same.
No.
It's,
Okay.
You have an awareness of
No.
this thing, and I don't.
No, I don't. There's no awareness here.
There is no awareness.
No. But it's just what is happening. It's about what is happening, and when there's happening this or there's happening awareness, then it's what's happening. That's the same thing. Because it's so many times that it's very normal to personalize it. Yeah. And when you think I am someone, you think here's someone that hasn't an awareness or hasn't that, and that's the difference. Yeah. But it's not person. There is no person. There never is a person. So it's not. Here is not somebody who hasn't this or had. It's just only what's happening, and that's everywhere. So there is no difference. It's only one. That's non-duality. It's one. So it's not. And when there's here something and there is not, that's two. So that's not about that. But it's so normal to think that you have something and I don't. It's not like that. It's the same. So it's because it's only what's happening. And if there's happening thoughts about, oh, I don't understand, then that's thoughts happening. That's it.
So what's happening in deep sleep? There's nothing.
There's nothing, yeah. Yeah.
So that means that all the appearances have disappeared, basically.
No, it's.
How would you put words to that?
I don't know. It's just nothing. That's it. Because when you explain it, it's already different. Yeah. But this is nothing, appearing as bodies or something like that. Yeah. This is also nothing. It's just nothing, and then it's kind of light and things appearing as bodies and people, and just like that. But it doesn't matter if you. It can be very complex in the sense that I don't see that, or I don't understand that. Or it doesn't matter if you understand it or you feel. I don't feel it, or it is not important, because it's already this. It's already what is happening, and when you're sitting like this and all the stories going on, that is what's happening. So it's already that, and it doesn't need anything. It doesn't need understanding or changing, and when you think, oh, I have to change, then there's the thought, oh, I have to change. That's it.
Where does desire come in to this at all? Like, after this we're all going to go somewhere, right? So it's the search. It's the same as the search. There's something missing. There's something not yet right, and it's a kind of longing or desire to get it right. Something like that. And then you want to you're looking for there's somewhere a knowing or somewhere something about home or some, but it's filled in because you think everything is solid and it's there, so you make it your thing. It's the concept and the thing. So you're looking for something, and you will never find, because it's not like that. But it's so, everybody has something like the desire to feel home, or to. Somebody was talking about that. That's finally I'm home. But I thought, do I find home? Do I feel I'm like at home? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's not. No, I don't know.
The thought of home and the thought of being protected, and if there's nothing to be protected from, then the concept of home itself sort of disappears.
Yeah, it's not feeling at home. It's just, it's no feeling. It's just, it's just feeling my feet like this now. That's it. You always think like it's a state or something. You're looking for a state of something, and then it's not like that. But because it's already this. It's not a state. It's not something else as what is happening. Wow. It's awful because it's saying the only thing you can, and everybody is like, huh? Yeah, that's.
Well, what do you mean it's awful?
Now it's an awful message in that sense because you can't name it. You can't say this is what you're looking for, and then you have to say then it's saying like, oh, but it's already this, and everybody's already. What you mean? And then it's worse that it's but nothing is happening. Like everybody say, what you say? So it's getting worse and worse, and in the same time it's so normal and so obvious and simple. So it's a strange thing. And I feel when I'm talking about it, I feel also the passion, like, oh my God, but I can't make it clear or give it. Sorry? Express it. Yeah, it's amazing. And it's a kind of joy, like, oh God, and nothing is also. Everything, so it's walking in New York, and it's the joy of everything. It's not thinking, oh, this is not, I don't like that, and oh, this is better, and it's not. That's not happening. It's amazing. So it's kind of, it's everything. Wow, that's. And that can be, but it's not wow in the thing from, oh, it's so nice. It's more because it can be a taste of something, and it was like, oh, this is such an awful taste, but it's also, God, like this. It's something, but it's not all the time so strong. It seems to be. It's sometimes, most of the time, it's just normal walking or sitting at home or reading a book. It's so normal. It's just so the same thing, the same. It's just the same. But and still, it's not. The looking isn't there. That's a huge. It's also huge that there's no looking and trying to change it. It's. But when it's just like that, it's not. It feels not like, oh, this is different, because it's just. Yeah. No thoughts about that. Also, it's so simple.
But you still have to pay the mortgage or the rent, right?
But it happens, or maybe not. You don't know. Maybe it's getting sick and don't earn any money anymore. It can be happening. I don't know. That's what a lot of people say, because it's not sitting on the chair and then sitting and. Nothing needs to happen. This is already it, and I'm sitting on the chair. That seems to be a choice. It's not about choice. It's not choosing just then nothing is important anymore, so I can sit on my chair and everything will happen. That's choice. That's the saying. So everything is going on in the same way. So everything is working, or it just goes. It's the same as you. When there's going to work, it's going to work, and when it stops, that's how it happens. But we think we do it. That's the difference. That's what disappeared. Not that going to work or anything. That's just going on. It's the same thing. So there's no difference. It's just the only difference you could say is that there's not something here going on about that I am doing it and I have a choice and all that kind of stuff. but that's a very thin layer. It's very thin. No, the rest is just the going on, and we think because we're so involved in the whole story and the whole thinking about it's huge, but it's just nothing. It's so thin. What is happening? It's much more. It's just already there. So it's so, and we think we all in the mind and thinking about I have to do it, and everybody's I have to do it, and it's just otherwise. And the walking is just going. It's just going, and yet I have to go and just walking. Yeah. It's just walking. It's already there. Yeah. Oh my God. But it seems like just walking or just that isn't enough. That's always like that. It's kind of yeah. Oh, you have the coffee. Yeah. Oh, so we have a break. Thank you.
Interesting to now have witnessed 3 people who speak sort of the same kind of language. For me, it was Jim and Andres and you.
Yeah.
It feels really important to get that same message from a number of different sources. Because it sort of filters through a personality, but you can just tell that the message is the same.
And it's nice, when I notice it's nice to hear it from another personality, because it uses other words and it's,
But you can tell that the essence of it just stays there. What?
No, nothing.
What?
Kind of chuckle.
Spontaneous laugh.
Laughter happening.
No, because Rose and I talked about, that what me hears this, and it's like becomes a set of rules. It becomes like the new set of framework in which it operates.
Normally.
Yeah. So it takes it on as a religion.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how it is. No, it's not. You know?
You're trying to make some imagination, or you're trying to I was always like, there's no me. I thought it's like I'm here with it without the ego. So that will be much better than with the ego. So I thought it was like that. But that has nothing to do with ego or something. It's just something what the me does or uses. Yeah. It's worse than that.
What would be the ego?
Sorry?
What would be the ego?
Yeah, it's more there's a me, and then certain personalities have more ego, like I'm someone and I want to show it or something like that.
Going for power or greed or
some. Just say from some people, oh, this is a big ego, something like that. So
common sense.
Yeah.
Something that the me uses to feel better about being separate.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
What do I know? I don't know.
But that's
sounds wise.
It sounds like.
Yeah.
Overcompensating.
Yeah, but that's what the me does all the time, in a subtle way or in a big way. It's all the time. It's all the time. Because it has to. It's just the me is just. It's the looking. It's the.
It doesn't exist, and it wants to always prove that it does.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I did
nice.
that. I signed it. I signed it.
Yeah. I want to make sure everybody sees me or things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about me, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was also thinking. I had a lot of things about. I'm not in that kind of person with big ego, but I was the other side. So I was like, oh, I'm not there because I'm just I was a waitress for some time, and then nobody sees me. Oh, that's it. That's about this. And I was like, oh,
invisible.
Invisible. And I thought, oh, that's no me. So you make something of it because it fits into your personality things or your survival mechanism. And I'm not a big ego, so I felt better than all those big egos. Sure.
There's an ego trip there.
Sure. It's the same thing, of course. Yeah.
I'm still better than a hedge funder.
Yeah.
It's like the joke. It's like the joke when the rabbi and the priest are talking, and then the rabbi says, "Oh my God, I'm no one." And then the priest gets struck by that sort of energy. He says, I'm no one too. And then there's a guy sweeping the floors, and he says, "Oh my God, I'm no one." The rabbi goes, "Look who thinks who's no one."
That's really good. That's good.
How dare you be known?
Yeah, that's also the big thing. And then you think it's better to be sit here than there. It's also the big thing. Yeah, I thought too, but it's no difference. It's disappointing in a way. It's kind of now. I had a lot of groups, and then after those groups, when I did that thing what I told about, that I just could see anything, and then after those groups, and I went home and I had such an energy, and I felt really like, oh my God, and this, and then I started the groups like this, and then afterwards I was walking with my husband, and I thought, there's nothing different. It's just walking here, and it's not kind of, I thought I was, after that group, I was like feeling like, oh, this is, but it was just walking on the street and there was nothing different than before the meeting or so. It was kind of strange, and I thought, oh, okay. It's kind of, I didn't realize it, but yeah, that's funny.
So when you started speaking, did you talk with Tony in terms of feeling like I want to share this? And
no, there was some people. I was already a few years. It was there before. You say it happened, and then a few years later, there was some people who asked me. I don't know how they knew. Maybe I was in a meeting and I was asking questions and they heard like something like, hey, there's something different. So they asked me to start meetings in Dutch. And there was just 2 or 3 people. It was just a very small group.
In a meeting with Tony Parsons?
Yeah, we were in a meeting. And I was, in that meeting I was asking questions to Tony, and maybe they heard in the way I speak. I don't know. I don't know how they knew. I didn't speak about it. So, and then we spoke about it. They would say, well, what happened? And just we talked about it. And then they asked me, because it's so different when you do it in your own language. Okay. And it was very nice, because then also for me, because then starting to talk, not because I was already, I think, 15 years listening to Tony Parsons. So you know all the words and all the talking and so starting in Dutch, it was completely different. So in the beginning, I had some difficulty to talk about it, because it was so new, and so how do you say this and how do you answer? Or
because you were so used to it in English.
Yeah, but then it's also about using words who are not your own words in a sense. Your own words, but it's kind of I a long time I was very clear with all this. I had been so long to groups from Tony, so I could write it down. I could talk, but when people asked me about it, I couldn't speak about it. But I had a kind of clarity, and then that fell away too. So it's about loss. It's really about loss. Yeah. There was in a meeting from Tony. And then I was sitting there, and the clarity was there, and then suddenly I couldn't understand a word of Tony saying. I was like, what is this? Oh my God. But it was amazing.
It was like an awakening moment in the meeting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something falling away more, And then it's very strange, because you hear a lot of times it's about loss, and still it's kind of hoping that it will happen. It's so, and then when it's falling away, that was very clear, and it what fell away, and I couldn't understand anything anymore at that moment. Afterwards it's different, but then when it's lost, it's kind of, what is this? And then it's what you don't expect. You don't expect this.
Sensed it?
And at that moment, no, I don't know. Didn't speak about it. I don't know.
You just kept talking to us.
Tony, yeah.
I mean, it's nothing that anyone noticed. It just felt like something dropping away.
Yeah, nobody sees it.
Sparks were.
That everybody said, Rose, what is happening? Wow!
Did your husband notice?
He wasn't there at that moment.
In that moment. This was a moment. I know.
If you tell a story, it's a moment,
So there was like no point in time when Tony said something like, now we're gonna talk, or now you're ready to talk, or
No. No, it's not like that. No, it's just starting because the people ask me to, and when I said, oh no, we just we didn't call it a meeting, we do it with 3 people, so, and I didn't know we do the next Sunday, or in a month later we do it again, and we'll see if people show up, and so it started like that.
Well, he knows now that you do this.
Yeah, he knows now. Yeah, I talked about him.
You guys talked about it?
Yeah, it's nice. He always talk. We don't see each other so much, but then he always asks about, and how was the meeting? And it's just nice talking about it. But it's short and just normal. It's not special. It's not special at all. Yeah.
So annoying.
Because when I'm on the phone with Tony, we talk about anything but the weather or the holiday, or normally it's about that. It's just normal talk. We don't say, how is it with you know me? God, no.
How is it with you?
No, it's just normal talking.
Or something like, oh, you have no me now.
Yeah. How was your day? No, it's just, how was your day? It's just what you normally do with everybody. Just normal. That's what I like also by Tony or anybody who's. Then it's just the normal talking it's not a kind of special, or that it's just normal and down to earth and eating candies, or I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's I like that very much. For me, it was also like it brings it back, like not being special or spiritual or things, and it's not something unreachable or very complicated. It's just so down to earth and so concrete and normal. And
so how did you find out that you were doing meetings too? You would just find out.
Sorry, did?
How he find out that you were doing meetings?
How did Tony find?
I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe because I organized the meetings with Tony, so maybe I talked about it. I think I don't remember. It's not that important.
He felt the disturbance.
Yeah, he felt there was something changing. He sensed something and he said, Rose, what's happening? And I said, I'm giving meetings. That's it.
You're qualified.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the mind constructs all these things.
Yes.
Put all these meanings. I don't know, like maybe in my
some teaching in some communities that we know, like they have like this kind of like you need to ask kind of if you are awake, kind of you need to ask for kind of a permission.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, those
like
people do that.
Kind of like if you tell about Osho in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need like to ask kind of permission
sure.
if you like you're ready to talk.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know that.
In my mind, it's very strong.
Yeah.
We're asking these stupid questions.
Yeah.
Just because our first contact with these teachings was like through like Osho's. Like,
yeah, sure. A lot of teachers do.
Yeah, so it's
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow it seems serious in my mind.
Yeah, and then you think it's always like that. Yeah.
But it's very good to hear that point of view. It's very liberating.
Okay. Yeah.
It just feels very constrained vision.
Yeah, and it's also thinks that there's someone and there's someone, because there's someone who's giving permission to me, and this is about there is no one. So it's just happening. If their meetings are happening, or there's somebody, I'm talking to somebody, it's just that's happening. It's not about me wanting to do it or have permission to do it. It's not about me. There is no me. So there is no one who can give permission. It's about, oh, this is happening. Oh, then there's meetings. But it's also not important. Because it's just meetings and talking about this, and that's it. You can do meetings, or you can go to the cinema. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, of course, it's the same thing. God.
So you just have validation.
You don't need permission to go to the cinema.
Yeah, to be. Yes.
This is more important, I think. Oh God.
Because in the same way that I can speak for myself, let's say I spend some time, let's say career-wise, you're always trying to become someone or become known or the best in that area stuff. And I've been trying that in many different areas and never really happened. So it seems like I'm projecting that into this.
Sure,
you know?
Sure, it does. Yeah, sure.
That's
Yeah.
what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like when I would be
Yeah,
doing this, like
Good observation.
yeah, that's sure.
fully qualified, then I would be worth it.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
To
Yeah,
the eyes
sure.
of the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very strong.
That's how people become teachers, isn't it? In a way, because all of a sudden I have something, and then you're down there, and you maybe can get where I'm at. You know, it has to be that sort of.
Yeah, but it's always the same thing. It's always about being better and being less. Or there people are into. I was into like I'm the teacher and I know it better than other people, and other people are like he or she knows it better and I don't know. It's kind of same game, and then they fit in with each other.
Fit with each other,
Yeah. It's even more simple. It's just some feeling somewhere in the body, or in thoughts are coming, or in some feeling in the body. That's it. It's not even struggle. That's already complicated. It's already a kind of name, and if that's happening, it's not wrong. But it's more simple. It's just and like sitting like this and thinking about things. That's happening. Yeah.
It's the importance that we give it. That's
Sorry?
it's the importance that we give it.
Yeah, sure.
That is, I mean, I know that's also what's happening, but it kind of seems to multiply the illusion.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's too important, it gets more intense.
Yeah, but when there's a me, it's the looking and the search is important, because there's something missing, and it's a kind of how do you say, it's not the looking is kind of, it's energetic also. It's not only thoughts in the mind, but it's kind of energetic, and quiet and things like that. So it's in that sense it's important, and it projects on different things, on growing, personal growth, or money, or what's for the character important, and meaning, and everything. It's just important. Yeah.
Then energy, that seeking energy. Let's say.
Yeah.
I'm feeling now.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be done about it.
But that's it. That's already it. It's kind of, when you call it seeking energy, it has a kind of negative thing. Seeking energy, you want to get rid of that, or maybe is that but it's just kind of that's it. That's all. And naming it it makes it already something, important. And then it's kind of solid and important, or bad, or something, gives a meaning like that. And it's just it's so simple. It's just and then it's kind of tension, and you sit like this, and that's it. So close.
So contraction happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even for no me, it happens.
Yeah, it can happen, sure. Yeah, sure.
And at night, all of this will disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even for no me, there is never, ever a me. It's not only here is no me, there is no me. It's not, so you think the me has to fall away because the mind loves that something needs to happen. So you can look for it, or don't look for it, or I don't know. And then, but it's already there. So nothing needs anything. It's just this already. There's already no me. So you don't have to look for no me.
Very naive question, but so are there just a bunch of husks running around?
I don't know what husk is.
Empty vessels.
Right.
Just
Empty
bodies,
vessels.
body, mind, things, yeah.
Oh, body, mind thing.
Yeah. And the mind it's also kind of mind, it's kind of, it's just thoughts. There's no mind, I think. It's just thoughts happening, and that's it. We make something about, like, this is the mind, and in there's happening. So it's just thought happening in space, and it's not even your thoughts. It's just happening thoughts, and that's it.
They're not habitual neurological firings that have been set up over the years or whatever.
I don't know. But thoughts and even feelings, you think the pain is happening in my body. Pain is just happening in space. There is not a body and it's fast and this is the borders and God, it's just happening it's somewhere, and the body is, and it's just energetic. So, God, yeah. And it doesn't matter. You think it's important to know if it's here, and then maybe it's something. It's just pain, and then maybe there's going to the doctor, or maybe doing something, or not. I don't know. It's what's happened, and I don't know if it's in my. Sometimes I really don't know if it's where it is. Is it in the leg? Or I really don't know, but it doesn't matter. Because we're so used to, I was too, I feel that in my, and then what is this? Oh, it's my heart. There must be something wrong with what did I do with the heart? And oh God, all those kind of, I was very good in that. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a complete package.
Yeah, it's a whole day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a life's work. Yeah.
Mm. And it's just simple life. It's just eating breakfast and going to the shop and nothing special.
So there's no presence?
There's no presence. That's what you ask? You ask if there's presence?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just what's happening. Presence is kind of abstract word.
Everything you've ever learned.
Presence would mean something centered around.
Wait a second. Everyone talks about
Right?
presence.
Yeah, everyone talks about presence. You'll be.
What about my awareness?
Everybody talks about presence. What is presence? I don't know.
I mean, technically speaking, let's say if there is some sort of a focus on the awareness, it feels more present.
Yeah, that's. It's very complicated because then you have to focus and then you have to see if this is present or no. Maybe I'm not focusing enough, so it's.
Yeah,
Oh no, I don't know if maybe this is present or.
Becomes a goal.
Yeah, but it's also complicated because it's already. If there's, I don't know, if there's kind of feeling that's already it, and it's not about something. When there's a me, it's always about something. You make it about something a thing. That's the only. But I think that's the only thing the me can do to make something, because this is ungraspable. That you don't want that, because then. Yeah, you're without hands and oh my God. So you make it a thing and then you can try to understand or to feel or to do something about it. But it's not a thing. It's more simple because it's just what is. Just like the movement of your hands. That's it.
So see, like you just inevitably is exposed to a lot of all kinds of teachings that like Jesus Christ exhausts you, because now, well, I've been, let's say, listening to, coming to meetings like this maybe 15 years, and in the very beginning there was all this talk about becoming presence as a way to having less thoughts. So if you aren't waiting for the next thought, then you are kind of more present because it means less traffic of thinking. And then, well, that's what that's what they say to you.
It's endless. The techniques are endless.
Yeah.
Right? They're infinite.
And the me loves that. The me loves that. Because you can do something and then you don't succeed. And then you can work on it, and then it's not enough, and it works also, and it works for sorry.
It's one more thing that you need to work.
Yeah, and then suddenly, it works, and you think, I am nearly there, and then it goes on, and then it doesn't work, and I think, what I have to, I have to more focus. Oh, I forgot, but the phone rang, and I totally forgot presence, and I'm gonna sit and do presence again.
This seems deeper.
It seems deeper.
It seems like even more, whatever. Direct, more like pure beingness. That's just being.
Yeah.
Aliveness.
And it's so simple, you can't even name it. And so that's awful, because then the me is like, but how can I do it? Or how can I not do it? Or all that kind of. And you're just totally stuck because there's nothing, there's no answer. Like, oh my God, what is this? And then, when there's no answer, then suddenly it stops. And then, hey, there it is. And then maybe it's going on again, but it's about loss. It's about loss. And the me, it's about gaining something or reaching something or... Yeah, that's so normal. It's when you look in life, what you said, it's about life, doing your best. It's the normal way to get something, doing your best or working on it, or so you do it in this too. Of course, it's the same thing.
The powerful thing is when I was mentioning the alignment on the teenius teaching.
Oh yeah.
So if you actually practice those parameters and you see results in your life changing, and your life sometimes feels better and you get results.
Yeah.
That's the I mean, what can I say? The tricky thing is actually works. So But it doesn't mean I see the point. It doesn't mean you're getting anywhere, but in the dream, like
it feels like that. Yeah, sure.
You have to keep working on it, though.
You have to keep working, but it feels like I'm progressing.
It feels progressing.
That's a good feeling. Yeah.
And if there's like a community, this is also supported, and then it gets even stronger. So everyone's heading in.
Yeah.
Like this? Me?
Yeah. No,
not like this one, but if you are feeling that you're progressing and you are using parameters that are actually working, and people around you are using the same, and you exchange and say, see how we are going.
Sure.
So it makes it more real.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah.
So what would that mean? That doesn't mean anything either.
No, it doesn't mean anything.
Nothing
means anything.
It's collective dreaming. That's what it is.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just something in the dream that's very hypnotic, and it's always the same story. It's always about the same thing, and it's in a different shape or in a different thing. And it's always about growing and being better or changing, or it's always the same.
Meaning that that's the ego part.
No, it's the me. The me or the ego. Yeah, the me. Right, me, it's always wanting.
It's not what you're talking about. Yeah, it's not non-duality.
No. Right. Yeah. It's just because this is already.
Eckhart Tolle describes presence. He said anything that you said, anything that you put a word onto. You lost it because you just identified it, but that's all we have is words to communicate.
Yeah.
And Tolle says that the only way to describe it is that it's not in describing it like it is something. You can only describe it as what it's not. Right. It's not thought. It's not. Yeah. Right. You can only describe it in the
classic Indian technique to neti. It's like you go through not this. It's still a technique.
Yeah.
Right. Once you try to describe it, you're it's just pure essence, pure being, essentially.
Yeah, and it's you can't say it, but somewhere you sense some maybe you sense, and sometimes you don't. But it doesn't matter. It just when there's a talking about it, there's somewhere it's kind of energetic thing happening, and then it's just you don't know. It's just energetic. And then, we were talking and words, and if you're trying to understand or and sometimes just kind of all convictions or, how do you say convictions, or structures are falling apart, or maybe they're going to be stronger because there's a kind of resistance and everything can happen in those meetings. But somewhere there's something about like, and that's life, kind of. Yeah.
There's a killer in the room.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's much too dramatic. Seriously.
But it feels like it because it's your life. It's kind of, it feels like all the structure of the me. It feels like it's your life and it's important. And when there's something trying to, not trying to, but something is confronting it, and then what's going on? Yeah, that's really existential.
So we're going to pick her up at the airport. It's all day. It's terrified.
Really?
Oh my
God.
God.
You didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Oh
I
God.
did tell you.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You get terrified. I love that.
Terrifying. Oh God. Yeah.
I felt this afternoon, I was like, I want to go. Do I really want to go?
Oh God, yeah.
I could sense the fear.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
God.
It's definitely not dancing with Bashans.
No. Yeah, when that happens is when I sense that there's something going on or working.
Yeah.
You feel the impact, right?
Yeah, because what happens is, like, oh yeah, it's great. There's no me. It's freedom. But once in a while, like, someone like really hears, and if it's this is an awful message.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
sure.
absolutely awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's really, it's a.
When it's heard, it's like, oh God. Yeah.
Could someone be doing this and also be an athlete or like a boxer or?
Sure.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Why
What
not?
did you just ask? Sorry.
If someone could be like in non-duality or doing this and at the same time be an athlete or a boxer, someone with intense physical activity.
Why not?
Rhetorical.
It doesn't matter.
You're like so attached to the body.
I have no idea why I'm
I
asking.
don't know.
I was just thinking about the contrast about sometimes
So it
being
sounds
so
like
still.
That you're, again, because we were talking about this yesterday, confusing it with apathy maybe?
Yeah.
Apathy. I don't know. I'm just like thinking about the contrast between like stillness and some. Well, the meeting is quiet, but this with being like in an intense physical activity
But you,
without the me.
but you were talking about how that disappears, right?
Huh?
We were just talking about how the me disappears in physical activity.
We were, yeah.
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 But it's not about stillness or being still, or it has nothing to do with anything what's happening in the story, or it has nothing to do with that, because it's everything. It's everything. So it's sporting or whatever. Astronauts can be anything. No, that not. Drug addicts, anything.
What?
Drug addicts.
Anything
can happen.
Drug dealers.
I think the message is so awful because the me feels it's suffering and it wants to escape. It wants a way out. It's looking for, how do I get out of suffering? And then when you hear there's no escape, but no escape needed, the me can't understand it because in its experience it's suffering. And to be told there's no way out, and then the next sentence, and no escape needed, it doesn't understand. It cannot, because its experience is suffering.
I found that, and something that you were saying yesterday, also, that the me knows something's wrong. So it's in reaction to this contraction. And for me, my suffering has always felt like a deep knowing that something's wrong, that something is off. Maybe putting it on my family or putting it on my history or whatever, but like really deep. And I have a history of very deep depression in my life. And I feel that a lot of that suffering was about feeling that I was crazy to feel that something was so deeply wrong. And so to hear that there's a universal just kind of thing about feeling like there's something wrong actually totally eliminates suffering for me. It like completely eradicates it in a way that, because the tension and the agony, and it's agony for me, really agony is and was that it was so clear to me that something was off, that this was, and not having any place to put it. So to really hear and understand on a deep level that feeling that something's off is right. It's like I almost don't need anything else. And, you know, I mean, it's just so relieving to me to know that, because I always felt crazy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So why these meetings exist?
It just happened. I don't know. It's just happening, and it's just it's just no meaning. It doesn't need any meaning. It's just happening. Talking happens. So
there's a messaging, right? There's some messaging. There's a messaging, right?
There's a message, and it's just expressed.
So you can say it's a message that is being wanted to express.
No, it's not about wanting. No, it's just expressing, and then there's talking, and then that's it. There's no agenda about wanting to share or wanting to make it clear. It's just
there's no intention.
There's some word. No, there's no intention. No.
Intention implies goal.
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, you want something to happen, or no, it's just it's just so easy. It's just sitting here. It's the most easy job there is. It's just sitting here, and then there's some question, and then blah 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 blah, blah, and then just sitting here, and then blah 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 blah. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Making money. Oh, that's it.
On your mind. He's like, why am I here?
Without any meaning or purpose or importance. And the me is always trying to get or something. Why am I here, or things like that.
There's a general, let's say, intention. To show up to the meeting, right?
So it's an intention. What is it?
Just when you show up to the meeting, there's like, okay, I'm showing up to be there at least, or I'm gonna talk a little bit about this, and there is this sort of a soft intention, or I mean, just oh yeah, I'm gonna be there at this time. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah. But the me makes it like it's just happening. Maybe it's happening sitting here, or maybe it's happening drinking coffee somewhere. And the me makes it this is important and that's less important, or why did I do this, or I sit there and I should have been to the meeting, or all kind of different things. And it's just showing up. It's not a decision that you show up. It's just, suddenly it's like this. It's not.
But in the story,
in the story, there is always intention and purpose and important and time and
big master plan.
Anything, yeah. It's anything that you think that's the dream. Like, that's all those kind of things, and it's important. And what is my purpose? And what's the intention of that meeting? And do I get it right, or how? And I don't get it. And it's kind of crazy to hear. There are not coming answers. It's like every question is like there is no real answer about. So it's kind of it's
because the questions themselves are flawed.
But there is no answer. There's never an answer because it's already this. So what do you look for? It's just already this. So that's it. You don't need to look for something. You don't need to change. Or there's no one. So there's no. It's not even. You don't need to change. It's even worse than there is no one. So it's kind of stuck. And then when it's stuck, it's like there's no hope. There's no answer. There's like you're not used to that. Because there's always a kind of exchange or things like that. So then there can be moments like, what's this? And then, there's something else.
Well, death brings you to a point where there's no answer.
Sorry?
Death.
Yeah, death is death. Yeah.
Point of confronting.
Yeah.
Answer,
Yeah.
So it's just, for example, when you are at home, you say, we're going to do a meeting next weekend or not. You plan things.
Yeah, planning happens. It's just happening.
But the idea about the meeting, you think about having a meeting, why?
But no why. There's no why. It's just a meeting, and then maybe it's not happening, maybe nobody's coming, or I don't know.
There's just no intention at all behind it, scheduling the meeting.
No.
I can understand that.
It's just meeting. It's just talking to people. That's it. it's already this. So why intention? It's already there. It's not, nothing is needed. It's already this, and it's just walking or sitting. I can't say to you what you're going to learn is just sitting and doing this, and you can't learn it, of course not, because it's already it's already there. How could you learn it? It's amazing arrogance to say that it's something to learn or to progress, or because it's already there. It's only that.
You don't even have a point on I'm going to communicate that. It's just no.
No, because there's no one. So it's just sitting here and talking, and there is no one. So to who would I have a point? It's not. There's nothing needed. So that's the freedom, man. That's just flowing around, and nothing is needed, and just doing, and just no responsibility. Whoa. Because it's all kind of abstract words. We are so used to think about a responsibility or intention or future, or it's important what I do with earning money or thinking or serious, really serious. This is not serious at all. Nothing is serious. Wow. It's amazing. Then it's kind of childlikeness. It's like little children. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So are you asking how did this meeting happen if there's no intention for anything? Is that what your quandary is?
Yeah.
Your questioning is coming from like how did this happen or
yeah, because it seems like
without an agenda.
It just seems like it's a very powerful message, or at least it's a very different message. So it is just hard to. My thing was like, feels like that's missing. Okay, like feels like, okay, there is no me, and then I might want to share this with the world.
Yeah. But when there's no me, then how could you say that?
How does brushing teeth happen in the morning? You know, brushing teeth happens.
Yeah, it's just the same. It's really funny that if it's brushing teeth or drinking coffee of sitting in a meeting, it's the same thing. It's just the same thing. It's not more important to sit here.
Yeah, I see.
So it's almost like you actually are moving forward in your life without an agenda, but you're still doing. It's going to come to you what to do. You know, Byron Katie says, "Where are your hands right now? Did you decide to put them there? No, they're there. This meeting happened. You wanted to meet? Let's meet, right? And tomorrow, yeah.
Byron Katie's charging shitloads of money for that message that she's putting out.
And very dualistic.
Seriously.
Well, they're just pulling one point out of what she says,
But it's the most easier thing because it's already there. The moving, the talking, the only and if there's a thinking, there's a me. That's also it's not important. It's also that's also what's happening. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. That's huge, powerful, because what you said, there's always a sense of something is wrong and I have to make it right. And this is about, there can't be something wrong. This is already it. This is everything. It's just everything. It's just the way you walk, you talk. It's just like that. That's when you go out here and you walk, and then that is everything. So you don't need to be here or somewhere else because it's always everything. It's always there. It's not, you don't have to look for it because it's already everything. And when you don't need to remember what is said. So you think, oh, what she said, maybe it's good to remember because when I'm home you don't need anything. Because when you're home, it's everything. That's it. and then the way you walk or you're sitting, that's what's happening. So it's always, or it's not always, it's already this. Ha. Yeah. And if you, I was, when it was not when it was not that like this, before that, I was biking and I was like, I'm biking, or when I'm staying at home, they're staying at home, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. There's no difference about watching television or sporting. I had a lot of things. You have to sport and do when the sun is shining. You have to go outside, or all that kind of stuff. It's better to go this and not to sit just watching television on the day, or God, when that's happening, then that's happening. It doesn't matter because it's the same thing. There's no difference about watching television or doing sport or sitting in a meeting. It's the same thing. Because it's this. This, when it's sitting in the meeting, it's just moving, and then that's what's happening. When that's watching television, that's what's happening. Okay. There's no difference. Sweetheart. Oh, God.
That's the difference between a female and a male in this. That you actually have you feel for, or a feeling is happening for him.
Ah.
Like Andreas or Jim, they would never look at somebody in their confusion and go, sweetheart.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Tony would, I think.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Tony does. Yeah, sure.
Does.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, that's kind of sometimes that's. God. Yeah.
Yeah, with Tim was more like.
Oh yeah, he's more like that. Yeah. Just God.
Felt like a massacre.
It's worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the first time you're saying
It's worse.
You sure you want us to come next week?
I was really affected by
Yeah.
It was traumatic weekend for me. I survived. Me survived.
So these will be the character, right? Like yours and Jim's. It's just their personality and style.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm not. I don't know so much about Jim and Andreas. I see some videos, but I never saw him in a meeting, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew him from Tony too.
Yeah, when just in the meetings of Tony, we speak. I know him, but not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there many people now in England or that used to see Tommy that are also now speaking?
Yeah, there are a lot of people speaking, but it's difficult to say. Sometimes I'm watching video. I'm not so much into that, but sometimes I'm watching it, and then sometimes it's subtle, and I think the message is, a lot of people have the same message, but still there's something, I think, it's the same words, but still there's something different, and it's very hard to say, to put a finger on it, what is the difference, but sometimes I think, yeah, that's the same message, because a lot of people are very clear about this, but still there's something, I don't know. So
you're not listening to people talk.
Because I had an interview with Frank Blippup, Frank McCall, I don't know what his name. So he has a lot of interviews. So
is he good at the gas pump?
No.
No, he's an Irish guy.
An Irish guy, and he has a YouTube channel, and he does some interviews. So I saw, and I was on that interview, and then I saw some names, and I thought, oh, it's good to watch. And then I don't know.
You're saying there's something.
Yeah, this, yeah. It's so difficult to say, because then that's, yeah, what I sense. But it's not, what I sense is not the truth or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, there's something like
Fake.
Different or not.
There's something different as this, yeah. That's my sense. But
like not as direct? Or
I can't say what it is. It's something different, but I don't know how to put it differently. It's kind of, it's a sense, but I don't know. It's not the truth, or I don't know.
People that are speaking about this thing with an advising for a progression. So do this, do this, do this. You know, do systematically.
Yeah.
You know, not this, say not this.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a million.
Yeah, that's immediately. Then that's very clear. A lot of people, when they're talking like that, or they give advice, or they talking to you, it's clear, and it's immediately clear. But a lot of people are now into the non-duality message. They're very clear about the message, but clear. Being clear, it's not the same as that there's no me. That's something else.
Talking to you, what you said.
When it's very clear, the message, some people, it's very clear and they can speak about it, but still there's a me. That can, a lot of people, I think a lot of people are like that.
You know that from the content of what they're saying, or what's happening behind the words?
Yeah, it's kind of the way they speak,
it's
the way they,
I saw a video of that guy, the guy Richard Sylvester. Is that his name?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know the name, but I.
Richard Sylvester.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, there's so many names, and just I'm not gonna say this is the right. Yeah, this is not. It's not like that. You want to hear that?
He wants an approved list.
I think the only one you can look for is me. That's it.
You set the standard. I just thought about him because he seemed very loose also in his way of speaking in terms of seemed that he was also I don't know, related or lonely kind of. But also have this idea that people that are talk amongst themselves, and I don't know. It's just like how
sort of the club of Indians.
Secret handshake.
The first row.
But it's this. It's so close. It's even closer than close. It's just walking, speaking, and it's when you go home. It's the same. It's already that, and that there's everything. It's already everything, and this is everything. There's no world. There's no time. It's just this, and it's kind of simple, moving or sitting or feelings or anything. And it's already this. There's no good, there's no bad. It's just this. Just simple and direct, and already everything, and it's nothing needs to change because it's already complete. It's already the way you move, the way talking happens. It's that already. Wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo.